Working in the salon had so many pivotal moments of me deciding that I wanted to become a salon owner and I wanted to stay in the hair business. It's your girl Donna Prescott coming to you live from inside of Donna Prescott Beauty Salon. I am the CEO and founder. As you guys can see that I'm inside of my salon, and I wanted to have a chat with you guys about the salon that I worked in that decided for me or helped me decide to become a salon. I wanted to chat today with you guys about this salon that I worked in for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it was a big deciding factor within that salon. So we'll go back to, I actually was out of work for probably about a year. I was at home and I knew I wanted to do something within the salon because that was where my passion lied, and I always enjoyed being in the salon environment. And after being home for a year, one of my friends from the salon that I worked previously, she called me and she said that her stylist was looking for an assistant. So I was excited. I went to the interview, and it was the most professional interview that I've been to up until that point. So before that, I worked at 2 other salons, and I actually gave the backstory of that before. And coming into this new space was like a breath of fresh air. So at the interview, I was given the option to decide how much I wanted to start my salary at. I was given the title of chemical assistant. So I was the person that was appointed to do like all the chemical services in the salon. But this hairstylist, she actually had 2 assistants. So it was myself and another young lady. We were both responsible for shampooing and prepping hair before the stylist actually started styling. We did all the groundwork, okay? We made her life very easy. In this salon, there was just so much structure than what I was normally used to. So that was the beginning of the, this is different. The stylist, she was very popular. She had like a very wide range background. She was very skilled. She had like a huge clientele, and that's kind of why she needed 2 assistants. And we kind of like helped let the day really flow. In that salon, I learned how to, strengthen my skills. I learned a lot in that salon setting. I also learned how to do business management because I was actually exposed to, money, to structure, to bookings, to the skill set side of it. That was a salon that I was exposed to my first hair, what do you call them? The hair shows back in the days when, they still have them, like Brown Brothers and whatnot. So that stylist was the first person to take me to my first show, which was my biggest eye opener because I was exposed to other stylists that were like offering education on top of like doing hair in the salon. And I realized like there were so many different areas that I could tap into as a beauty specialist, So in that salon, at first I was just like so amazed, so excited about like being in the presence of like, I felt like my boss at the time, I felt like she was just so amazing. Like she was great at what she did, and I just felt like I could learn so much within that salon. Now during my time there were a lot of ups and downs, and I eventually so many things happened that like tested me as a person, that helped me grow, that made me also realize that there was a time that I had to move on. So we're going to go into different aspects of telling my time frame and the story of me being in that salon. So at that time, when I started in that salon, I wasn't a licensed stylist at the moment, and I got a lot of feedback from different people saying that, oh no, you shouldn't go back to school to, get your cosmetologist license. And I would say that was like one of the biggest misconceptions and advice that I got. During the time there, I actually, it took me a while before I actually went back to school, but I was able to be in the atmosphere of a bunch of different old school stylists that, I was able to have first-hand view of how they handle their clients, how they handle like their workflow, how the business aspect of everything was ran. There were things that tested me, like I said before. I realized that I had to work on my pace as far as styling. I had to work on, being reliable and showing up for work on time, and those things actually made me realize like what type of owner that I wanted to become. So we're gonna dig deeper into some of the stories and experiences that I had in that salon. Some of them were amazing, some of them were, oh my God. I can't wait to share those with you. But we're going to just end it off, make it short and sweet today, and stay tuned for part 2, where I break down a lot of the experiences that happened in the salon with the owner and how I decided that I had to move on. So thank you guys again for joining me on another chat. I know it wasn't super long, but of course I wanted to share my experience of my last salon, which was back in 2009. Yeah, that's how long ago that was. And I'm hoping you guys could join me next week. Thank you guys for sharing, loving on me, commenting, subscribing. I love to see all the new DP beauties that are coming in every week. And thank you to my OG DP beauties. See you in the next chat.